Hey team, we are back on dry land. That banana prawn session certainly was a lot of fun, but what do you do with them now? They can be a touch bland. Lots of people make curries out of them. Of course, they also put like a garlic powder sauce with them. There's so many different ways of cooking a river prawn. And today, we're going to show you one that you don't want to miss. It's called the spicy tequila lime banana prawn. So first things first, we need to make the marinade. Quite simple, I've got my peeled prawns here. I'm just going to squeeze 3 whole limes. I want their juice.
Next up, we add about a tablespoon of fresh honey. Some chopped coriander. If you don't like coriander, you could substitute for parsley. About a tablespoon and a half of chipotle sauce. And about a tablespoon of ground powdered chipotle smoked meats. Then mix together so the flavour infuses throughout the prawns.
Now we've got the marinade done, we're going to let them set in the fridge for about 15 minutes. You don't want to leave it any longer than that, otherwise it'll turn into a ceviche, meaning that the lime juice will cook the prawns. We don't want that to happen. So we'll set that aside. In the meantime, we'll make our tequila butter sauce.
I'm using about 200 grams of butter. About half a cup of tequila. Tablespoon of minced garlic, and that wonderful herb again, coriander. We're going to put that over the coals now. Continue to stir so the butter melts and infuses throughout all the flavours. Bring it to a gentle boil. Remember to take it off the heat before it bubbles away.
Okay, it's been 15 minutes. They're just undercooked through with that lime juice, so now that's a perfect time to put them on the skewer. And of course what we need to do, a little bit of spray, this is canola spray, just so they don't stick. Let's get skewering.
So the prawn doesn't twist around on one skewer, I'm using a double skewer. It'll lay the prawn out a lot more flatter and cook evenly. Place them over the heat and continue to turn when you can see them starting to cook through. When they're nearly cooked through, it's time to baste. Baste them on one side, flip them over before basting again. You might get a flare up or a bit of a burnt tinge here and there, but that's from the honey. Just adding flavour. And before you serve them up, just give them one last baste to get that nice spicy tequila taste through it.
Now how good does that look? It's a very simple but tasty recipe for your seafood, in this case our banana prawns, and that is the spicy tequila lime prawn dish done on the skewers over an open coal fire. Now if you are going camping, why not make a simple compound butter up? You can add that to your seafood, chicken or steak when you're away on your next adventure. Enjoy.
Grab yourself about 1 kilogram of prawn meat and mix it with the juice of 3 limes, some honey, coriander, chipotle sauce and smoky chipotle seasoning powder. Put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes. For the sauce, butter, tequila, garlic and coriander. Skewer the prawns up, cook them over some hot coals and turn frequently. Before they cook fully, baste them with the sauce, pull them off, give them one last baste and enjoy. Good luck.
Let's make a pizza right to you at home. Slip it in, lid on, 30 seconds. So how good's that? Cooks in less than 1 minute, and the beauty of it, even in that time, everything's cooked and there's plenty of crunch in the base.
Oh, how cool's that pizza? Preheat the uni for 15 minutes, coat a pizza base with your favourite sauce, add a sprinkle of pizza cheese and chili flakes, top it with uncooked prawns, rocket and parmesan. Place it in the uni for 30 seconds, rotate, or serving. It's that simple. Enjoy!
G'day team, for me, winter camping trips is those early afternoon runs to the showers before the coolness settles in, Ugg boots and putting your feet up by a campfire at night time. When it comes to meals, of course, a good old-fashioned Dutch oven. But if you're going to put something together, why not try a bit of rice, prawn, chicken, and of course some spices, and that all means jambalaya. Here's a quick and easy method to get your belly warm. First things first, we're going to cut the smoked sausage into 1/4 inch pieces. And all of that is going to go into our oven. So we've cooked our smoked sausage for about 2 minutes. I'm just going to add half a large chopped onion, half a cup of red capsicum, a cup of celery chopped, and half a cup of green capsicum. And a good teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Stir that through for about 6 to 8 minutes. Just going to season it with some salt, a cup of uncooked white rice, tomatoes with the juice, garlic, thyme leaves, 3 bay leaves, and 2 cups of chicken broth. Let it simmer for 20 minutes. We've added the chicken, it's cooked through for about 10 minutes. Now we just add about 1/4 kilo of chopped prawns. I'm going to stir those in. Give that about another 3 or 4 minutes until they're cooked. I'll tell you what, that smells and looks absolutely amazing. The flavours all through this, with that smoked sausage, the Cajun, the prawns, the chicken and the veggies, sure is to warm the belly. And all you have to do now, got the Ugg boots on, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
You're going to need some chopped smoked sausage, onion, celery, red and green capsicum, some Cajun seasoning, season it with salt, add the white rice, diced tomatoes, some garlic, thyme, bay leaves, a couple of cups of chicken stock, simmer for 20 minutes, add the protein and cook it through. Enjoy.
G'day team, I love getting around when it comes to fishing, and yep, fair enough, a lot of my travels has taken us to places, whether we're off a boat, off the bank. At the end of the day, it all ends up the same. You just want to put your feet up, have a great hearty fishow's meal with a cold ale. This is my version of beer prawns. Quite simply, you're going to need a large pot, get that nice and hot, a couple of cans of your favourite beer, just so your prawns will be submerged once it goes in. Look at that, beautiful. A little bit more. Yeah, that looks great. That'll be enough. We're going to cut our lemon up. Just half, in that goes. Now that's nice and hot already. We're going to get a little bit more of a boil on that. Then we add the prawns, the lid goes on, and that's it. So with our prawns, I've kept the shell on, just taken the heads off and deveined as well. And they go into our boiling pot of beer. We want to get them submerged, so we just push them around. And the idea is to poach them. You put the lid on, and from here, we actually turn the heat off. So you'll know they're cooked when they change colour. Look at that, absolutely perfect. All we have to do here, strain them out, serve them up. So there you have it, the beer prawn. Now you can serve it up with your favourite dipping sauce if you like, but for me, a little bit of fresh lemon squeeze over the top. Bloody beautiful. A fisherman's meal, done in under 10 minutes.
For your beer prawns, grab a big pot and put it over the heat. You want to get it nice and hot. Add 2 cans of your favourite beer, half a chopped lemon. Bring it to the boil, then add the prawns. Once they start to float, turn off the heat, strain and enjoy.
Now it's pretty hard to go past a good fresh seafood dish, particularly when you have a variety of seafood. Not just fish, not just prawns, not just calamari, but also some beautiful fresh mussels. A bit of a tomato puree, some spaghetti. What does it all add up to? Spaghetti marinara. Let's have a crack and see if we can get it together for you. First things first, I'm just going to put some olive oil into here. Coat that pan beautifully. And in goes some garlic. You can use fresh garlic or minced garlic, crushed garlic. Garlic's great. Mix it around. Get that nice and brown. In go our prawns. Get them cooking nicely, and also now our fish. These are the longest parts of the dish that's going to take to cook. So we want to get them in first and get that garlic taste going right through each and every individual piece. Looking beautiful. Keep that going for a couple of minutes. So when I do my outdoor cooking, if I'm not cooking on the barbecue or in a deep fryer or in the camp oven, I'm using the 2-ring burner. Now these particular burners are absolutely brilliant. So I'll show you underneath it what it looks like. And it's just connected to a gas bottle. And all I do here, they're pretty hot, so you gotta be careful, but that's the heat. So I slow down the outer ring, keep the inner ring going so it pushes the heat to the center and then outwards, a bit like a tepan. We just want to keep everything cooking perfectly in here, and we don't want to overcook it, otherwise it'll get dry. Yes, it will get dry even though it's in a liquid. So I think that's pretty close to being done for what I want. It will continue to cook. So now we're going to add our calamari. Looking good. Don't dive in too much with the wooden spoon, just sort of toss it around so you're getting underneath the food and moving it that way, not dragging it across the surface, otherwise it will break apart. So I'm just going to add our mussels now. Beautiful orange part of these green lip mussels. Just adds that little bit of colour to this part of the dish. We want to just heat them through. Turn the heat up a bit more. Beautiful. Now to give it some silkiness, I love to add a good knob of butter. Salted is fine, unsalted is fine. Just add a bit of salt to the dish, which we will season up shortly as well. So just put that into the middle and let that go down. That's looking great. Okay, we're ready now for the passata. So a little bit of passata or tomato puree. You can get it with basil, you can get it with different other things in there, but of course I just like to go plain Jane. Just pour that around like so. Now, to give it a little bit of a kick, add some of this balsamic vinegar. Stir that around, fold it in. Look at that, looking absolutely stunning. So all of those juices in there, all of that seafood mixed in there, and those little crusty bits from the garlic at the base of that pan has now all been infused into that sauce. It smells and looks amazing. A little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. More salt than pepper in this dish. There we have it. We don't need to reduce it any further. It's thickened, it's perfect. Now we just need to plate it up. What I love is less spaghetti and more marinara. You get that mix of seafood, plenty of sauce, like that, and then just load it up. Pull some of those strands back through, little knob sitting there like that. Nice to have, of course, a little bit of basil. So there we have it. That is our spaghetti marinara. Super quick, super efficient. You took the words out of my mouth. Super. So all we do here, to start it off with, I just like to, and this is the easiest dish. Now when I go home, and you guys can taste this, when I go home and I've had a hard day in the office, out in the boat, catching fish, you want to cook up something yummy. And this is a perfect dish to do that, right? So garlic prawns is super quick and easy. If you don't want to cook the rice, do yourself a favour and go to your local Chinese shop. Generally they don't like it when you just ring up and say, can I just get one large steamed rice, please? And you're not the worst customer. do you order the prawn chips just? So we put butter in there. That's all we're going to put in there. And then of course from there we put in some beautiful garlic. This is the key part of it. So the garlic does not burn. And this all happens really, really fast. So it's going brown now. In goes our prawn straight away. So the garlic's been browned off, but not burnt, but it's not raw. It's been cooked, okay, but really quickly. So that now infuses itself through the actual prawn, and it slows the heat down, therefore it's not burning the garlic. Now I've had some people come up yesterday saying it's the best ones they've ever had, and I've really appreciated that comment. For the simple fact is, if you don't do it correctly, what will happen is you'll burn the garlic or you'll overcook the prawns. So you've got to do it all together really, really quickly. So now we keep that on the induction heating and we're just going to stir that in. Pretty simple stuff so far. Yes, it is. Our next little bit of ingredient is some cream. Pouring cream is always great for our garlic prawns. Such a great dish.
As you said, quick and easy.
Super quick and easy, mate. Absolutely. I cut my prawns in half because they cook a lot more evenly rather than leaving them whole. Okay, so we're nearly done here. I don't know if you guys can smell that, but you can see it. It's gone golden brown. There's no burnt bits there of the garlic, which is super important as well. So we're just getting that heat dispersed beautiful and evenly, which is the most key part of it, through all that. Now in goes this. So we want this super hot, so you can see it bubbling. If you can't, well, the cream is bubbling straight away. You want it to go straight in so it starts to bubble around. And what happens there is it allows that to reduce really fast. And we want to get that sauce thickened up super quick. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I wouldn't go too much because they're a saltwater prawn. You don't want to go too much on that. If they're a tiger prawn, if you buy tiger prawns from the farms, in fact, when you go to Woolies or a few seafood shops, if they're not ocean caught, they're farm prawns, make sure that you put them in some water with a lot of salt. It's just going to really increase the texture and the taste of that prawn. Otherwise, it gets really, it's not nice. It gets a bit bland, a bit boring. Where's the plate? We're good to go. This is awesome. Have a look at the colour of that. If you can see it, it's gone golden brown. That sauce is thickened up. It's taken a little bit of that golden brown colour there from the garlic. And I'll tell you what, that is going to taste magnifico. Probably one of the best things you'll have in the next 3 minutes of your life.
Toothpicks ready?
Because after that, you're going to get a hamburger. It'll taste better. G'day guys, coming from Queensland, one thing I've grown up with and been accustomed to is the good old-fashioned Queensland mud crab sandwich. But of course, you can get crabs all around the country, and there is another way that you can do it as well without just adding a bit of bread, and that is going to the next level. And today I'm going to cook up the ultimate pimp po' boy. Now I've got here some tiger crust French sticks. I've also got a variety of salads there as well. I'm going to do some prawns. I'm going to put a little bit of spice on them, but also to pimp it up, we're going to add up some crusty crab done in a beer batter. Well, lunch bell's ringing. Time to get cooking. All right, time to get our pimp po' boy into action. Got some prawns there peeled, and they are Ocean Kings ready to go. I have got in this little seasoning jar a mixture of garlic powder, cayenne pepper, hot pepper, and of course some salt and pepper. Now I'm going to mix this into a bag of flour. Look at that, in it goes. So this is going to give it a little bit of a kick, which is what we want. Get in there, you. Mix it around, shuffle. When you do this, it's the old shake and bake. Awesome. Okay, so in go our prawns. We're just going to throw in enough there for the sandwiches. Look at that, I think that's enough. Put that back. Get plenty of air in that, and away we go. I'm just a po' boy from a po' family. Da, 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 da. There we go. All right, that's enough of that. If you haven't already turned your TV off. Don't, because it's still getting hotter. We're about to cook our prawns. Come on over here to the deep fry section. We'll get them hot and steamy. So we know when our prawns are cooked, they've got that beautiful colour, that lovely texture looking, and they float. There you have it. Also with fish, when you see things float to the top, generally you know it's cooked. So now the prawns are done. They're really hot. We don't want them too hot when you eat them, so we'll just let them cool off to the side, and also put them on some paper toweling just to eliminate any excess oil. Now for the crab. This is the beer-battered crispy crab, okay? Now beer batter is quite easy. We use some normal flour, we've got an egg in there, we've also got a bottle of beer, yep, and some ice. It's got to be kept super cool, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to put our crab into a bowl like this. We've drained out majority of that liquid. And all I'm going to do here is just put in a little bit, give it another slight fold. You don't want to whisk it too much. That's it, beautiful. Stir this around. Now all that crab has been coated in that beautiful beer batter. Let's go to the fryer. Just lay this straight into that hot pan. Or hot oil. Okay, so we want to get them to that texture so they're nice and crispy. This one here is still a little bit soft, so give them a little bit longer. There you go, look at that beautiful, crispy, beer-battered crab. Get out of there, you. Looking magnifico. So now we have to assemble. A little bit of lettuce, a little bit of tomato, a bit of pickle. Time for our prawns. Just smash them on. So there you have it, have a look at that. That is a classic po' boy, pimp po' boy. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. So in there we have our spicy prawns. We've got our crusty crab done in a beer batter, and of course that beautiful tiger loaf French stick, and of course some salad. Give that a bit of a whack. I'll tell you what, I don't know how I'll go with this, but it looks absolutely bloody brilliant. And of course, thanks for watching Step Outside YouTube channel for lots of cooking and fishing action. Like, subscribe, and of course comment for more catches like this and cooking recipes.